Okay.
Get ready for 1 minute.
Our first exercise is just going to kind of be a warm-up exercise, kind of cardio movement. We're going to do step 1, knee forward, pull it in, and then step backwards twice. So step, knee, go back, back. Step, knee, go back, back. That's kind of a cardio move. If you can't do all the steps, just do knees up. Figure out what works for you. Then we're going to grab some dumbbells that are heavy enough for overhead press or light enough for overhead press. We're going to do squat and a side leg lift. One hand goes up and down. Actually, do the opposite arm. I did that wrong. Opposite arm goes up, that the leg is up, give you a little bit better balance. We'll squat and lift, and then we'll do a curtsy with a bicep curl. So curtsy down, bicep curl, and switch sides. We're going to be doing everything for 40 seconds, so you got plenty of time to get the move going. Let's start with those arms up in the air.
Next is round 1.
We're going to step forward, bring the knee up,
Exercise for 40
step back,
seconds.
back. Step, knee, back, back. Step, knee, back, back. Step, knee, step, knee. And I'm just kind of traveling backwards and forwards. Step, knee, back, back. It's just going to get the body warmed up. Are you smiling still?
Everybody's all smiles, big smiles. I can see it all.
Basic knees up if you need to.
Take
All right.
rest for 20 seconds.
Got 20 seconds. Get ready for that next exercise. Get those dumbbells. Feet a little bit wider than the hips. For your squat, low squat. Lift up, whoop. Lift up and kick the leg out to the side. Keeping your balance.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
All right. Squat. Lift that leg up. Lift that opposite arm up. Squat. Lift. Keep the chest up nice and tall as you squat. Weight in the heels. Try to keep the toes and the knees pointed forward for that lift. Nice controlled movements. Good.
Keep the chest nice and high. Don't bend over.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for
All
20
right.
seconds.
Moving on to our curtsy, squat, bicep curl. So we're going to curtsy, put that foot behind you. As you're doing the curtsy, you're doing a bicep curl up and switching sides. So as you curl your arms up, I want you to rotate your palms forward to your shoulders and then rotate them back towards your hips as you come down.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
All right. Curtsy, curl, come up. Curtsy, curl, come up. Get down low in the back.
Yep, drop that back knee.
Whew. I'm not quite as slow as last week, but we're still controlled movements. Good.
5, 4, 3,
One more.
1.
Take rest for 20 seconds.
All right, we can get rid of those weights. We're going to go back to another cardio move. We're going to do cross jacks. So we're going to have hands out to the side. We're going to cross the legs, jump in, open out. Cross in, out, in, out. If you want to do these
4, 3,
low impact,
2.
you're just tapping one foot behind, one foot in front.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
This is really one more cardio moves. Nice soft landing if you're doing the jumping. Soft bend in those knees.
Nice job. Go, go. This will wake you up.
5, 4,
rest for 20 seconds.
All right, another medium weight. We're going to do some tricep extensions over the head with some calf raises. Bring those hands up over the head. You're going to bend the elbows.
5,
Come up onto the heels as you extend the arms.
1.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
So up to the toes. Arms come up. Can't see my upper arms.
We get the idea. That's it. Nice press with those calves, up on the toes. Try not to let your elbows flare out too much. Full extension of those arms, right? Push them way up. Full extension.
Same thing with the heels, all the way up, full extension.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 20 seconds.
Oh. We're gonna go to one dumbbell. We're gonna lunge backwards, do a row. Come up, switch hands, backwards, row, come up, switch hands.
5,
So your lunge,
4,
row with that same arm, come up, switch,
1.
row. This one can be a heavier
Exercise for
dumbbell if
40
you have one.
seconds.
Lunge, row, come up and switch. Lunge, row, get that elbow up high, slight forward bend in the back, and lunge it down low again. Abs nice and tight.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 20 seconds.
Okay, 2 weights. We're gonna do a skier. So this is a hip hinge, lean forward, come up to shoulder level with the weights, and go back down. Down, squeeze. And you do have a little momentum working here, but I want you to really think about your butt squeezing,
2,
getting those glutes working.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
Squat down, squeeze up, squat down, squeeze up, hinge down, I should say. There's a little bit of a bend in the knee because you're squatting a little bit. The primary movement is that hip hinge forward. Allie, if you're doing these, you're not hip hinging, you're just squatting and lifting.
Allie, try straight arms, not bicep curls, straight arms. There you go. Yep, there you go. And a slight squat in the legs.
This is just our warm up for our
5,
thrusters that we go to the bench next.
3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 20 seconds.
All right, go to your bench, your couch, your chair, or all the way down to the mat for a bridge. Shoulders on the bench, legs off the bench. Hips are gonna be down on the ground,
4,
and you're gonna raise them up.
2,
Squeeze, so they're parallel to the ground,
Exercise for 40 seconds.
come back down. Squeeze. If you have a dumbbell handy and you want to put it on your hips, feel free to do that. Really focus on the glute squeeze.
Again, if you don't have anything nearby, doing it right on the floor is just fine.
And if you want to put your hands behind your head to support that neck, you can do that.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 20 seconds.
All right, next one is a crouching push-up. Hang on down to the floor. Crouching tiger push-up. So you're gonna get in a crouching position, feet back. You're gonna come forward into a push-up,
4,
and then crouch back again.
2,
You can do these on your knees. Crouching
Exercise
position is
for
on your
40
knees like a
seconds.
child's pose. Come forward, do your push-up. Go back to the child's pose. You can do the full body push-ups. Come all the way up off your knees.
Try to get some nice range on those push-ups.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Oh.
1.
Take rest for 20 seconds.
All right, side V-ups. Align our side. Let one hand stretch out. Your feet are slightly in front of your hips. We're gonna come up to a sitting position, press the hand into the floor, lift and try to touch those ankles.
4,
We got 2 sets of these, so the first one on one side and we'll switch around to the other.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
Here we go, lift it up and down. Up.
Oh, nice job, everybody, with those. There we go.
Oh, I still feel my abs from Friday.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 20 seconds.
So we're on to the other side. Believe it or not, we only have one more after this. So feet are slightly in front of the hips. Shoulders and hips are in line. Top arm reaches up
4,
toward the shin.
2, 1.
Try to get both
Exercise
shoulders
for
off the
40
ground.
seconds.
If you can't get both shoulders, you're getting that shoulder just slightly off the floor. Just want to feel that crunch. The rib cage and the hip bones are contracting together, closing up together. Keep breathing.
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Whew.
Take rest for 20 seconds.
All right, we're gonna lay on our back. We're gonna do full crunches. So our knees start over your hips, hands behind your head. We're gonna crunch into the center. Both our knees and our shoulders come together. And then you open it back out. If you have no problems with your low back, you can drop your heels, tap them to the ground and come up. If you do have low back problems, keep the knees up in the air. Crunch, release. Crunch, release. Try to keep those elbows wide, fingertips are just resting on the back of the head.
Yep, make sure you're not pulling on your neck. Core doing all the work. Extra little crunch right at the very end of it. Squeeze.
Make a pelvic tilt, getting that tailbone off the ground.
Good. Feel like you're pushing your lower back into the mat.
3, 2, 1.
Rest for 1 minute.
Okay, we made it through. That wasn't so bad. Right? Grab a drink of water. Walk around a little bit, shake out those legs. We'll go back to that beginning where we do step knee, down, down, step knee drive, down, down. For our start. Easy peasy. Oh, we got 30 seconds.
No, they're all ready to go. They should see them. They're all bouncing around, charged up.
Shake those shoulders out. Start thinking about body form before we get started. Everything is tucked in, abs nice and tight. Got that slight pelvic tilt, squeezing the glutes, always protecting that low back. Arms up, here we go. 4, 3, 2, and 1.
60-second round.
Step knee up, down, down.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
If you want to do a little hop with that knee, you can hop. Coming up, we have our squat with our kick to the side and the shoulder press.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
10 seconds. That was 20 seconds before.
3,
Must have slowed it down in between.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
Squat down low, lift up, opposite hand goes up, and the leg goes out to the side. I think that is what it is, a slower break. The second and third set. Or shorter, I should say, not slower. Good.
Doing that squat, make sure you're going down. Make sure you're getting your butt going back, chest staying up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
Curtsy squats with bicep curls next.
5, 4, 3,
So palms in as you start. Curtsy,
Exercise for
curl
30
towards your
seconds.
shoulders. And come up, other side. Take it down low. Get into that curtsy position before you start the curl. So you're not using a lot of momentum.
Let those hands go all the way down. Get full extension on the curl. Make sure you go down all the way up. So, gonna end with those hands by your hips. There we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
All right, we're getting that cardio going, cross jacks.
5, 4,
Remember your
3,
step touching if you're not jumping with the jacks.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
Nice, everybody. Way to go. Nice pace. I like it.
Deep breaths.
Keep it going.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Take rest for 10 seconds.
Grab those weights, your triceps. If you prefer to just use one heavy one, if you have a heavy one, you can do that.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So triceps,
Exercise
semi
for
arms,
40
up to your
seconds.
toes and down. The toes, down.
Work hard to get that full extension again with those arms. Make sure it goes all the way up.
Keep that
Press.
nice and straight. Don't let your back arch on the way up. Really got to think of rib cage toward the hip bones. Nice tight core.
Nice squeeze at the top. Kind of pause for just a half a second. Oh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
Lunging with our rows. So one dumbbell in one hand, we're gonna lunge back, row, come up and switch.
3, 2, 1.
Lunge,
Exercise for 40
Row.
seconds.
switch, lunge, row, switch. If you want to put that other arm out to the side for balance, you can do that.
So Allie, just take one step forward with one leg and row with the opposite arm, then switch. Yep.
Backwards.
There you go. There you go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 10
All right, we
seconds.
got our skier move. 2 dumbbells,
5,
hinge at the hips,
3,
and pop up.
2, 1.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
All All right, those look good.
Still keeping those abs tight, not arching the back. At the top, think about squeezing the abs as much as the glutes.
Five, four, three, two,
Whew.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
Hip thrusts or bridges. Whatever your body lets you, whatever your body equipment lets you.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
Down and up. Down and up. Focus on that glute squeeze. Woo! Crouching tiger push-ups are coming up next.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
In that crouching position or in that child's pose position if you're on your knees.
3, 2, 1.
Exercise for 40
After that
seconds.
push-up, back to the crouch.
Nice straight body when you get to that push-up position.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
All right. Roll
Nice
over.
job. Nice range, everybody.
5, 4,
Legs are slightly in front of your hips.
2,
One hand on the floor in front of you, other hand to the ceiling.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
Lift up and down. Use that bottom arm to push into the floor, help you get those shoulders up. Heart's pumping a little more with those 10-second breaks instead of 20-second breaks. Woo, feeling good.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
Roll over to the other side.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Exercise for 40
Yep.
seconds.
And down.
Great job, everybody. These are good.
Nice control movements. Try not to throw the body. Lift it with those oblique muscles.
Control it on the way down, too.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 10
All
seconds.
right, we're finishing up this second round. Knees over the hips. Fingertips behind the head. Crunching everything in
3,
and coming down.
1.
Last exercise for 40 seconds.
Make sure that when you come down, you don't let that back pump up. You're coming down with those feet. Low back should never leave the floor. If it's leaving the floor, then don't bring those legs down. Gotta get those shoulders, just the edges of the shoulders up off the ground.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Woo!
Rest for 1 minute.
All right, walk around, got a drink. Got warm in here. Actually, got warm inside here. One more round, shake it out. Turn my fan on. We're gonna start with those step knee ups. Remember that beginning. Step knee, back, back, step knee, back, back. This minute feels better this time than it did the first time. Okay.
10 seconds to go.
5, 4,
Those hands up.
2,
Ready to do your step knee up.
Next is last round.
Go.
Exercise for 40
Step
seconds.
knee, back, back. Step forward, knee up. Step back, back. Forward, knee up, back, back. Add a little help if you want. The next exercise is going to be our squat. Shoulder raise and leg up to the side. You want a little more challenge? You can lift both arms up over the head each time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
And if you can figure out how to lift both legs up at the same time, you can do that too. No, not yet though.
I want to see that one.
1.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
Squat. Lift the leg. You can put both arms up if you want. Otherwise, stick with the opposite arm.
Gotta get full extension of those arms, not halfway, get all the way up there. You got this. Keep it up. Make sure your chest stays high. Don't bend over.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
Curtsy lunges with bicep curls. Curtsy, curl, switch.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
You breathe in. Blow into those curtsies.
Same thing with this one. Keep the chest nice and high.
Woo!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
All right, drop the legs for a second so we can do our cross jacks or step touches.
1.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
That's right. Keep that pace up. Got it. Well, nice work, everybody.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
You do our legs back, come up, lift against one, so you have your weight in the foot.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
Lunge, row, step it up, switch hands, switch legs, row, let that arm hang in between. switch, row. Really give me a squeeze at the top of that row. Whew.
Finish the row before you stand up. The row and then finish and then stand. Lunge, row, stand. Lunge, row, stand.
10 seconds.
Steers. Got that hip hinge.
5, 4,
Up the shoulder level.
2, 1.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
Tuck that belly in. Squeeze those glutes tight.
Take rest for 10
All
seconds.
right, hip thrusters or down to the mat for what they call bridges.
5, 3,
Exercise for 40 seconds.
Breathe in. We're getting close to done.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
Last side of push-ups. Remember on your knees, you're in child's pose. Up forward to a push-up on your knees. Standing up. Off your knees. Crouch back.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
Get forward, get that plank first. Then the push-up.
A straight body when you're doing the push-ups. Almost there, about 10 seconds left.
Woo!
Take rest for 10 seconds.
Leg raises to the side. Side V-ups. Top arm up. Bottom arm on the floor in front of you. Feet slightly from your
Exercise
body.
for 40 seconds.
Up, down.
Well, doing great. You're almost done this thing.
Ah.
A little bit more core work and then time to start your day.
We get to stretch.
Yeah, stretch too.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
Other side. Top arm up, bottom arm in front of you.
Exercise for 40 seconds.
Try to keep the feet together if you can. Woo! Last
Take
stretch.
rest for 10 seconds.
crunching.
Five,
Those knees are over the hips.
1.
In,
Exercise for 40 seconds.
in, out. Keep pressing that low back down. Try to keep that 90-degree bend in the knees the whole time.
Nice work, everybody. Force that lower back down each crunch. You can feel like you're pulling your belly button down.
Take rest for 10 seconds.
Uh-oh, 10 seconds, what I miss? Uh-oh,
5, 4,
thrusters, 3.
2,
Ah, we forgot our triceps.
Exercise for 40
Oh,
seconds.
yeah.
Hey, go to the mat, we'll do another one on the mat. Lie on your back, grab your dumbbells. Let's do our triceps here. And some skull crushers. Sorry about that. Until I was tired on that third round.
Keep those elbows pointing to the ceiling. Don't let them wander around. Full extension again on these.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Long circuits finished.
Woo! All right, that just means you guys have some homework. You gotta do a set of calf raises for me on your own. I meant to do that. All right, everybody just stretch your bodies out nice and long. Wiggle those fingers. Shake out the toes, the feet. Nice deep breath. Bring the arms up. You're gonna drop one arm out to the side and then bring the other arm across your chest. Once you have it across your chest, grab it with the other and pull it across. We're stretching the back of that shoulder and the upper back. Keep our deep breaths going. And let's bring both hands back up. Take the other arm down to the floor. Cross the top arm down to the body. Grab a hold of that shoulder and pull it across the body. Stretch out the back of the arms, back of the shoulders, back of the upper back. And bring the hands up over your chest again. This time we're going to bring them down into goddess arms. You can either open them all the way out to the side, keeping your arms straight. If you feel a stretch in your shoulders and that feels enough, you can keep it like that. Otherwise, once you bend your elbows 90 degrees, open them out, make like a scarecrow or a field goal position. Now stretch the front of your shoulders and your chest a little bit more. Just let it relax. Keep that pelvic tilt. Press the low back into the ground. Bring those hands up, pull the knees into the chest, round that back, rock side to side, just loosen up that lower back a little bit. Then go into a spinal twist. So we're just going to keep those knees tucked into our rib cage, open the arms out, go flat on the floor, slowly lower the knees over to one side, try to keep both shoulders flat, and then look away from the knees. Try to relax the hips, relax the spine, deep breaths. And slowly rotate the knees up to the chest again. Once you get them up there, tuck them back into the chest and bring it back to the other side. Knees down. Once your knees are down, look away from the knees. And bring it up back to the center slowly. Drop one foot to the floor. Cross the other foot over the knee. Making a figure 4 position with that knee. And pull both knees in towards your chest. You can grab a hold of the back of that bottom knee. Grab a hold and pull it in. Think about pushing outward on that top knee. So you're stretching into that hip flexor and the glutes. And just kind of rock your body side to side, rock your hips side to side. See if you can find a spot that's tighter than other spots. Mine is the inside when I rotate it across the body. So I'm going to hold it right there and breathe into it. Try to let that muscle relax. And bring it back to the center. Stretch those legs up. Kick them out. And we'll switch legs. Put the other foot on the floor. Figure 4. Cross that other knee over. Open that knee out. And pull both knees in if you can. Tuck it in and hold it. And then gently just rock side to side, hip to hip. Find a tight spot, just hold it there and try to release that tight spot. Don't forget your deep breaths. Focus on your exhale. And bring both back to the center. Grab the back of both knees. And then just slowly straighten the legs out as far as you can straighten them. Circle the ankles around. And circle in the other direction. Take them out. And roll all the way up to a sitting position. Let's swing those legs around behind us. Come up into a lunge position. So go 1 foot forward, 1 knee back. Now you start with your hips over your knees, but you're trying to push your hips forward. Push into that back foot so you don't feel all of the pressure on that back knee. If you push into the back foot, it'll take some of the pressure off the kneecap. You want those hips to just slide forward so you feel the stretch in the front of that hip, in the front of that thigh. If you have flexibility enough, you can come down with your hands on the floor in front. Again, you're probably gripping everything really tightly, so try to loosen the muscles. Ease off the stretch if you have to. You want to soften everything. Lift it up, switch legs. Bring the other foot forward. Start with those hips over your knee, then slide into it. Push into that back foot. If you have the flexibility, bring your hands down to the floor, long back. Let the hips lower gently down toward the ground. And bring that back knee up. Let's turn the hips. Nice wide stance. Just reach down to the ground. Bend the knees if you need to. Drop that head, shake the head. No. Shake the head, yes. And relax the body down. You can grab the opposite elbows. This way, side to side. And slowly curl it up. If you want to support your back, you can put your hands on your thighs. Walk it all the way up. Inhale up. Exhale, we're going to stretch over to one side. So one hand on the thigh, reach up and over. Those obliques. Lift up through the rib cage. Don't let your body sag down. You want to lift up and out. Other side, lift it up, stretch it over. And back to the center, big circles with the shoulders. Walk those feet in. Bring the shoulders up by your ears, squeeze them really tight, and then release them down. We're going to do that again 2 more times, just so you can feel the difference between this tension that we can create throughout the day, and then release. One more time, squeeze them up nice and tight. Like a turtle in a shell. And then release it. Feel how good that feels. So whenever you feel our shoulders are getting tightened up, really squeeze them tight so you can focus on that and then let them go up throughout the day. Woo! Nice job, ladies.